Hello, and good afternoon, all. I got a coronavirus update and what's happening in the United States. But before I get to it, if you like what I do, hit the subscribe button, comment down below, hit the like button, and share my videos. Now on to the story. Trump mulls. Um, Trump is considering a coronavirus quarantine for New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. He President Trump on Saturday said he is considering imposing an enforceable quarantine on New York, parts of New Jersey, and parts of Connecticut as a part to curb the spread of coronavirus. Some people would like to see New York quarantined because it's a hotspot. New York, New Jersey, maybe one, two other places, certain parts of Connecticut quarantine, he said, outside the White House. I'm thinking about that right now. We might have to do it, but there's a possibility that sometime today we will do a quarantine. Short term, 2 weeks for New York, probably New Jersey and parts of Connecticut. He said if such move happened, it would be primarily restricted to residents of those states traveling to other parts of the country. He later said that if enacted, it will not affect truckers or trade. Well, truck drivers can make a fortune now. That quarantine goes in effect when they're leaving with an empty truck or whatever, or half-filled truck. Put a little space in the back and start charging people a couple grand to get out of the state. Uh, he said he has spoken to New York Governor Andrew Cuomo and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and said there was a problem with people from New York traveling down to Florida. We don't want that. This will be an enforceable quarantine, but hopefully we won't need it. Ground all airplanes in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut and make it a no-fly zone. Have it so you fly in those zones, you get shot down. The move would be a dramatic escalation of efforts to stop the spread of the coronavirus and comes on the backs of those states essentially shuttering daily life, closing schools, businesses, leisure activities, and urging residents to stay at home. Cuomo, who was holding a press conference at the same time as when Trump made his remarks to the press, expressed confusion at Trump's proposal, saying he had spoken to him about hospitalship and opening up emergency medical sites, but not a statewide quarantine. I spoke to the president about the ships coming up and the four sites. I didn't speak to him about any quarantine, Cuomo said. I haven't had those conversations. I don't even know what that means. Means you're screwed. I don't even know what that means. I don't know how that could be legally enforced. And from a medical point of view, I don't know what you would be accomplishing. But I can tell you, I don't even like the sound of it. Not even understanding what it is, I don't like the sound of it. Trump told reporters if he did go forward with the quarantine, it would be a short time, maybe as little as 14 days. Now, you should do it to Washington State and California, too. Cut off. Trump has expressed the desire to reopen the country and get the U.S. back to a normal footing in weeks as a measure to stop the virus, but also noted that there are hotspots that have particularly large cases of the virus. He has planned travel restriction. He has placed travel restrictions on other countries, including China, Iran, and the EU. And he also restricted non-essential travel between Canada and Mexico. This will be the first such travel restriction within the United States. Yeah, this is gonna be great. It's gonna screw over everyone. Now, if I was a truck driver, would I risk going into like New York City after the quarantine? They're gonna have to pay me so much extra. If I was a truck driver, you have to deliver these supplies to New York City, which is a major hot zone. Uh, $50,000 for one trip. Yeah, food. New York is screwed. And Post, uh, Timcast. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know who I'm talking about. You be safe down in New Jersey. Anyone else that may get stuck because of this quarantine, hopefully you have enough food and stuff to hold out on that quarantine. Everyone else, be safe, have fun. Bye bye.